Hey everyone. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of questions lately since I did my big chop about my hair and my transition. So I just thought that I would do a video sharing with you guys some of my tips of what helped me through my transition. I want to give a shout out to Golden Queen 1608. I think she said she's transitioning or thinking about it, and she asked me some great questions which I'm going to answer at the end. And if you guys have any questions about anything that I didn't talk about in the video, definitely leave them below the video and I will definitely answer those questions. So one of the most important things for me, and I think is important overall, is to realize that it's not just a transition for your hair, but it's a mental transition. It's a lifestyle change. Just like when you go on a diet or you want to lose weight, or you're entering a new profession, or you're going back to school, or anything. It's a mental transition and you have to want it and you have to work for it. Some people don't transition for a long time. I transitioned for 7 months, which, I don't know, it's about half of a year. It's not that long. Some people want to transition for like 2 years. That's a good chunk of time. So you have to be mentally prepared for everything that your hair can possibly put you through. Because there's going to be, some bad days. There probably won't be a lot of bad days, but there will be some. So you have to be prepared to just throw a hat on it or put a scarf on it. And next is, get pumped and get inspired. It's a really exciting time in your life, when you embark on any type of new journey. So just get pumped and get excited. And that brings me to my next point of brushing off the haters. You can't listen to what other people say about anything you do in life, really. It's your life and you're going to do whatever you want with it. I only really had one person who was like, why are you doing that, when I told him I was going natural. And this is a friend of mine who I don't really talk to anymore. And he did happen to be white. But, it's he's like, so you're gonna cut your hair off and stuff, and your hair's not gonna be straight anymore? He's like, why are you doing that? He's like, you're never gonna have a boyfriend or whatever. And I didn't really care if I never had a boyfriend because of my hair. I don't know, I just don't think of stuff like that. And I told him, you're being rude, you don't know what it's gonna look like, and I don't expect you to understand because you have straight hair, so it's not something that you deal with. I don't know, I just didn't care, and it didn't even hurt my feelings, because I was just like, he's whack, yo, whatever. I just rolled my eyes and kept it moving. But yeah, you be prepared for stuff like that. There are going to be a lot of people who don't understand what you're doing, and don't understand what it takes to do what you do, and they're going to say a lot of crap. And I bet some of those people, especially if they're women, they probably wish that they could do it too, but they're just too scared. So you gotta give yourself a big pat on the back for doing next. Experimenting with hairstyles and hair products. That's probably the most exciting part about going natural. It's just that there's this whole realm of products and hairstyles that you have never tried out on your hair, and now you can try them. I wish that I knew what a twist out was when my hair was relaxed, because they're so cute. And that's the style that I wore throughout my whole transition. I did a twist out, and then I would put them into bantu knots at night, and then the next morning I would take it out and my hair would be curly, and I would pin it up. I have tons of videos on here with wearing that hairstyle. Like I said, I wore it every day and I loved it, and I got a lot of compliments on it. You might want to do a braid out, a bun. My sister, when she transitioned, she wore a Senegalese twist the whole time. I don't know if I would recommend the kinky twist though. She had those one time, and the type of hair that they used, I think it kind of damaged her hair. So stick to the type of hair they use. That's what is it called? I can't think of what it's called right now. But the typical braiding hair, because this is what they use for Senegalese twist. So, and that's gonna kind of protect your hair. But if you transition with braids and stuff like that, or if you wear your hair in a bun or a ponytail, just be careful. And even with me, when I transitioned, I had bobby pins basically in the same spot of my hair every day. So try to, you know, reposition things or use something else to hold your hair back, like a goodie band, to help relieve that stress on your hair. You don't want to put any stress on your hair during this time. Definitely find a go-to style, that one style that you can fall back on no matter what, and a style that can, you know, take you to school or to work or out on a date or out with girls, you know, just anything. Another thing that I want to talk about is hair texture. I was really excited when I was transitioning and my natural hair started to grow out, and like I would get in the shower, wet my hair, and it's just like, wow, like I didn't know it was gonna be like this or whatever. Like I thought it was so cool. And I would definitely say, I know while YouTube is great, there are a lot of people with great hair on YouTube. Don't get too hung up on the fact that maybe your hair doesn't look like someone else's that you see, because that's fine. I'm sure there's somebody out there with your hair type, but just if your hair doesn't curl up or wave up like somebody else's does, don't let that discourage you, especially if you haven't cut your hair off yet. That's one thing I will say. You don't really know what your hair is going to look like until you cut the relaxer off. But yeah, it's just hair, and I think the uniqueness of it is like the best part. The fact that, you know, I could have a girlfriend and she might be natural and her hair is looser and mine is tighter. It's just hair, you know. Me and all my sisters are natural and all our hair is different. It's just the name of the game. Okay, and now really quickly I want to answer the questions that I received. So the first one is whether or not I experienced any breakage. If so, how much and to what extreme. I didn't really experience much breakage, and I think that was because the way I wore my hair pinned up, and it got to the point where my pins were like right here, so they weren't at the point of demarcation between the relaxed hair and the natural hair. You also have to be careful about like combing your hair. I stopped combing my hair while it was dry. I didn't really brush my hair either. I only would comb through my hair with like a wider tooth comb while it was wet right out the shower when I did my twist, or if I had some type of product on it that made my hair damp. You definitely don't want to comb the hair while it's dry. But yeah, I didn't get that much breakage. My hair did start to tangle though, like towards the last month of my transition, and that's why I ended up cutting it off. Okay, what were some of your transitioning styles? I kind of already talked about that with the Bantu knot twist out that I wore, that you can see in some of my older videos. Basically anything that didn't require heat, you know. And sometimes I did roller sets too, but I don't know, they took a long time, so I didn't wear those too much. And the other question is, did you have any fears, and do you still have any? This is a great question. Did you have any fears, or do you still have any? I did have fears, and that's why it took me like 2 years to actually start my transition. Of course you're just scared because you don't know what it's gonna look like, and you don't know how long it's really gonna be when you cut it off, because I felt like the night I did my big chop, or you know, as my hair started to grow, those relaxed ends kind of like weighed the hair down, so maybe it seemed a little bit longer than it was, and then I cut it and it was just like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this now? But it was, I don't have any fears anymore now that I've cut it. I don't think there's anything that can really scare me because the hair is all gone. There's nothing I can do about it. Like I said, I did have the fear that maybe my boyfriend wouldn't like it, but so what? We're not even together anymore. So, yeah. Let's see, are there any other fears that I had? None really. Like I said, I got to a certain point where I didn't really care about what people thought, and it's so funny, like when I cut it and like I changed my picture on Facebook, I had so many girls like who go to my school asking me questions like, what do you use on your hair, and oh my god, it looks so cute and stuff. And you'll probably get the same thing too, and I'm sure a lot of you who are natural probably get the same reactions. And it's one thing I have to say is so cool. It's like I'll be at work and a woman with natural hair will come in and they're like, oh, your hair is so cute and everything, like ask me questions about it, and we share tips. And I just think that is so fun, because that's not something that I had when my hair was relaxed. you know, with other women who have relaxed hair, because I guess all our hair look the same. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely say, if you're not sure if you want to do it, I mean, like I said, I'm not going to convince anybody to do anything that they don't want to do, but I think it is a great option, especially if you're like me and you're just tired of fussing with your hair. This is so easy. Now, I usually get up in the morning. If I'm going to wash my hair, I wash it, put a leave-in conditioner in it, or put a gel in it, and that's it. Put a headband on it. I don't really fuss with it much more than that. Sometimes I twist it, but it's just so easy, and that's what I like the most. So, I think that is it. I've talked for about 10 minutes. If you guys have any other questions about my hair or transitioning, feel free to leave them below this video so I can, I guess, keep track of them, and maybe I'll make another video. Okay? Bye!